Hey guys, I recently upgraded my chainsaw blade sharpener, and I went from this guy here, which was a cheap, I think it was a $50, $40 chainsaw sharpener, to this guy right here. Now this is the compact version. Absolutely love this one over this one, and I'm going to tell you what it is about this one that makes a much better grinder than this guy here. So first things, when you pull it down, you'll notice that this head has a lot of play in it, which makes it hard to get a good sharp blade. This guy here, when you pull it down, there's like virtually no play, which gives you a nice sharpening experience. The clamp on this one is a lot easier. It's a nice big lever, so I just quick hit it and it's clamped. This one, when you clamp it down, you got a big full swing you gotta go, and it's still a little wobbly in the middle yet. The other thing about this one is you can adjust your tilt this way, where you can see there's a pretty drastic angle here as compared to this guy here. It doesn't have much of an angle. So this one mimics the factory edge a little bit more. And the reason why you can have this at more of an angle to mimic the edge is because you're able to tip the blade like this. So when you're sharpening this cutter here, you pull it towards you. When you're sharpening the cutters on this side, you push it away. Now, because you're able to do that, you're able to grind it with a sharper angle, which gives you a sharper blade in the long run. And the performance through the wood is much better than this guy here. As far as setting the angle, it's pretty much the same on this one as it is the other one. You loosen the bottom here, and you just spin it to the desired angle that you're cutting them at. This one is the same deal. There's a knob on the bottom. This one's all plastic. This one's all metal. Another nice feature about this one is when you turn it on, there's a little light down here so you can see what you're grinding. The other thing about the Oregon sharpener that I like is you get all these other wheels. So if you're doing smaller chains, you can put the smaller wheel on. If you're doing the depth gauges, then you put the bigger wheel on, which is right there. And then you can go through and hit all your depth gauges down. Now, one thing I might do is actually take this guy here and redress this wheel and give me a flat edge here, and then have this one set up to do all of my depth gauges. So I can just keep rocking and rolling. This one will be set up for sharpening, and that one will be set up for the depth gauges. So if you look here at the cutting edge, this one was sharpened with the Oregon chain sharpener, and this was sharpened with the cheap chain sharpener. So you could see, I drew a picture here to make it easier to see. It's got a sharper angle right here on the Oregon one, where the other one is more of a gradual. This is a much sharper point. It's going to cut through the wood a little faster. And this one here is a lot closer to what a factory sharpened chain looks like, rather than this one. Here's a shot from the other side of the chain. You can see this one here is the Oregon chain sharpener. And you see how sharp that is, how sharp the point is right there? If you look at this one, it's a much flatter point. It's really not that sharp compared to this one. So a pretty noticeable difference in the sharpness of the blade. Overall, I'm glad I went with this purchase. I wish I'd have done it sooner. Wish I would have just saved myself the money and not having bought this one in the first place and just went straight to this one. Now, if you're gonna just be sharpening blades here and there and you're just trimming up branches around your property, you're not using the chainsaws a ton, this is definitely a much better option than having to run into town and get your blade sharpened at 10 bucks a pop. This guy will pay for itself pretty quick. The downside to him is your blades aren't gonna be quite as sharp, and I don't feel like it holds the edge as long with this sharpener as it does this one. So you might have to sharpen a little more often with this one. If you like this video, you found it helpful, please hit that subscribe button, and thanks again for watching, guys.